Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Boys, where every day is a Saturday. Come hang out with us as we chat about games, music, movies, all over nice cold beers, or whatever the hell these guys are drinking tonight. They got some weird ass mixed drinks. Thanks for stopping on in. My name is Nick, and I'm joined by Anthony.
Hi.
And Brandon.
Hey.
So what are you two drinking tonight? Because you guys have got your own drink going on.
So I recently found that there was a new Mountain Dew Baja Blast flavor.
Which is insane, because I remember Baja Blast in my brain, you still have to only get at Taco Bell. I still don't think they bring it back in the summers. So it's kind of crazy.
But, yeah, no, I don't really drink soda anymore. I've moved over to these, like, Ahas or
I envy you.
for the most part. But I did see this on the shelf, and it did fancy my taste buds. It was the Mountain Dew Baja Blast Colada Blast thing. It's basically a yellow can of Baja Blast, but it's pina colada flavored mix in there.
Very coconutty.
Like, it's very. I love pina colada, so I was like, I'm
gonna
try
this. The drink of the most recent. Everyone's drinking pina coladas this year. I don't know if that's just a trend or something.
It's a good summer beverage.
I know, and it's hot as all get out, so everybody wants something to refresh them. But no, so you got the Mountain Dew with the pina colada in there. What else is in there?
Just literally some Smirnoff.
Okay, but did you do the regular Smirnoff? Or did you do this other stuff we were drinking earlier?
No, wasn't it the red, white, and blue one?
I did regular Smirnoff.
You did regular?
But, we halfway through it, I'll just go get us a little shot of the other.
Gosh. Okay, so we'll save that for later then,
we'll
the
just
special.
Do a little halfway through the drink topper, right? Because you don't really taste it's the red, white, and berry Smirnoff. You don't taste that shit for anything, man.
Dude, that is delicious. It tastes like one of those old Rocket Pops. The little...
Somebody melted
God,
a
you go
Rocket
to
Pop and some booze.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
But that was dangerous. So you guys are drinking basically Mountain Dew and vodka, and it is insanely coconutty. With the coconutty beverages, it's super easy to go over with way too much coconut. That's my opinion.
But I have a pineapple bubbly in my left hand, so
you're doing
perfectly
it right.
balanced.
Because for me,
as all things should be.
I just have too much coconut, which is funny because I love coconut.
It rhymes.
But I think more so in chocolate though. If I had to choose,
because what we drank before this was that regular vodka you put in that one too?
Yeah,
yes.
So
we pre-gamed before this episode. We had a White Russian.
Saturday, okay,
dude. Every day is a Saturday.
Well, to be fair, it's also 4th of July Saturday,
dude. Yeah, so we always joke about you're gonna hear that. Well, you might actually hear fireworks this episode because they are going off on the regular right now.
That is true. But
hopefully it would just be faint.
We made a chocolate White Russians.
That was with regular vodka too?
It's literally just like having a dark chocolate candy bar melted into your glass and you drink it.
It was delicious.
Yeah, you just do a regular White Russian, but instead of half and half, just a little bit 2% chocolate milk.
It was delicious.
I actually think I prefer it. I think this version's better.
I like it
in
more.
my opinion, yeah.
I like it more. The dude abides, but I'm the other dude, so
Saturday Boys abide by their own rules. So
Saturday Boys abides by themselves, and we abide by other people too. If you want to put strawberry milk in it,
right? Make it your own.
It could work.
Well, with the Kahlua, I don't know.
Well, Kahlua, I didn't think that.
I guess if you change that, you make that work. You could probably make that work with
what
strawberry.
liquor would go with
else.
Strawberry? Because
the vodka would go with it, but then you'd have
vodka
to find
goes with everything. It's vodka.
Could you do Bailey's instead? So like a strawberry caramel.
Oh, strawberries and cream. White Russian.
You could do something like that. I guess use a little bit of Bailey's might be all right.
That might work better than yeah.
It's probably already a drink where it's on freaking everywhere. But
we're gonna see. We're gonna try it.
We'll add it on. We'll do some
strawberry Nesquik and some.
Have we brought on a strawberries dream yet? Oh, we're at the 2-week mark. I should be drinking that tonight. Rest in peace.
But,
yeah. Arizona Wilderness, our local brew house, did a. Dude, after maybe, yeah. Arizona Wilderness did a. Dude, I still got like 3 over here.
Oh, never mind.
I left a whole 4-pack over here. Our local place that we like to hit up, Arizona Wilderness, did the first variation on probably what I'd say is their most popular beer. They have one called the Dreamsicle, which it's just ice creamsicle. It's
orange dreamsicle.
Orange creamsicle as a beer.
Yeah, it's been the most popular one. They've done it at least 3-4 years in a row for us. As long as we've been going
They
there.
do it like 2 times a year.
Yeah, usually biannually. I think they did it like 3 times, I think, in 2020 because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Just to kind of still have people get we know you can't come here, or you couldn't at that point couldn't come here, so they just did it as a bonus for people to pick it up there.
Yeah. But this is their first variation on that ever, the Peaches and Dream.
Yeah.
It's peaches and cream. Oh man, it's good. It's
Way more bitter.
It's way more bitter though. I do like the dreamsicle better.
I
but
do too.
It's like saying, oh yeah, that 9. It's not that great, but your 10s are amazing. It's still a fucking 9. So
It's still good.
It's still
For
a
sure.
damn
it's still
good
really
beer.
great.
It's
but no.
It's a good IPA.
And it's been 2 weeks since it's released that we're recording this, and that's usually about the time your canned beers are at their like perfection.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks from
That's like,
release.
drink it like try one this week, see how it is. Try
Yeah.
one next week, see how it is.
I mean, try one in an hour. We'll see how it is.
the I feel like a lot of the time their goes, like the hibiscus and the watermelon goes from them. Goes.
I don't. I was reading it as goose for a while, so you're already better than I was.
Tomato.
I think I did at one point too.
If you're picking on me
A
because
goose.
it goes, you can fuck off.
So it has to have the little accent over the E.
Right.
It's a gose.
I just feel like the longer those styles sit, though, the more they're prominent their flavors become. Like right out of the
Which
barrel,
can-
it's just not as good.
Which can be a good or bad thing depending on the flavor, depending
Yeah.
on how much you like that flavor. I think we had, God, it was some random.
hibiscus one is just
The hibiscus one
Hibiscus
was
is
really good,
top-notch.
but there was like it's like a pear one. Not pear. I like pears. There was some random ass fruit one that they had a couple months ago that I tried like 2 months after they had released it, and the fruit taste on that was just way too intense. Like the gozes, you have to really be careful on how like you
So
have
they
to
just
like
did the
that
smoked
fruit.
apple. I'm trying to think of all the ones. You have
Yeah.
the hibiscus tangelo, smoked apple.
It's gonna be great for everyone who doesn't live in Phoenix about all these amazing goze beers.
just like fuck.
They're all good.
But basically, yeah, no, we drink on the regular. How many untapped check-ins do you two have?
Oh man.
Oh God, I know you passed 420 a while ago, so you're probably. I don't think you guys are at 500. I'm like
No.
near the day.
Brandon
third
should
of
be
you
close-ish,
guys.
but I'm not.
My liver loves me.
I'm at 434,
434,
459.
459. Brandon's still ahead.
and that's in 2 years' time. Like, actually, almost 2, because it was July 20th that we first started like tracking them.
My birthday
That's
week.
a crazy. Oh yeah, that's a
makes
crazy
sense.
amount of beers we've had in that short amount of time.
I would be at 460, but fucking that
Well, cider core, we
slush
couldn't-
thing. I
yeah, we couldn't
do
check it in.
What's up?
That slush thing I was telling you is a watermelon
core.
margarita
Oh, the cider
slushy thing.
There was no
You
option.
guys went to a local, like a cider company, basically, right here
It's
in
a
Mesa,
cidery.
and yeah, they had was a margarita that they used their beer in, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like a watermelon margarita flavored cider that they put into a slushy.
The drink of summer.
Yeah, it was
Solid.
choice. It was
Oh,
choice.
too good.
What are you drinking though?
Okay, we'll go on to me. So this is we went and bought a bunch of beers for this podcast at this place in Phoenix. Just a little beer and smoke shop, but I got this one just for the can at first, and then I read it. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. It's from Bottle Logic Brewing in Anaheim, California.
Love Bottle
Bottle
Logic.
Logic's so
That
good.
is such a cool brewery.
8-Bit Brewing Co. That's pretty cool. But it is called the No Damage Run,
I love it.
and it's a hazy triple IPA. 9.6, so it's a little low for a triple, but its taste complements a 9.6. I feel like this was a 10 or 11, it'd be too boozy.
It smells like a nice.
It
Bottle
is
Logic.
delicious, and I love the wrap on it. As I said, most of the time when I go to these beer places, it's like, here's 5,000 breweries that you've never known about. So can art really helps like me kind of draw me in. I'm like, ooh, retro gaming stuff. I'll try this out. And then like you guys immediately knew what this place was as soon as I said, you guys, oh yeah, Bottle Logic. But yeah.
Bottle Logic's a good one.
No, this is a real good, like full citrusy, hazy IPA. It is what it says, and it's mostly double IPAs for me. They usually end up hurting my stomach just because of how thick they are. But this one doesn't feel as thick as a lot of the other ones that I've tried.
Does this one have any lactose? Do you know?
Oh, I don't think so.
'Cause
I don't.
I feel like a lot of the times the lactose gets me. But
I
do
can
have
see
a-
that.
I have a very low lactose tolerance.
We have some-
I can
I think that's
tolerate it,
Japanese
but
on
it's
here.
a low tolerance.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
that
as long as you don't
Japanese?
have, like-
you know kanji. They got some weird ass stuff on here.
I mean, I looked at it
Looks
like maybe. And I have no idea.
I don't know. I thought and I asked you like you were an insane weeb. Hey, yeah, let me push up my glasses like an anime villain.
Right.
And we'll talk about some of these breweries later.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Would be something I'd like to do. We've done a lot of music, movies, and other random stuff, but I would like to have a beer episode coming up here soon.
That would
That'd be
actually-
fun
that's a really
to
good
kind of
idea.
go into it. We maybe get a flight or something. We all share the same beers, a bunch of stuff we haven't done. I
I
feel like
love
that would
that
be
idea.
a great episode.
That sounds so good.
They could also be somewhat mini episodes. I don't know if we can go for a whole full hour on that because we'd also be
we
drinking
can.
a bunch of beer.
I think we could.
We could. There's like 5 beers to talk about. It's just like this the whole time. Though.
I know.
But it's like we can do it while we're doing
Exactly.
Or
we'll have our
right.
specialized episodes.
We can do it like that, and then if the one flight's not enough, then we just do 2 flights.
it. Right.
Gosh.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a really cool beer flight for us that'll fit on our table because we've created a very odd table for us. So in order to have a flight on here, we've got cables everywhere, got towed for an undisclosed reason, which I'll talk about in a minute. Our main topic of the episode here. But yeah, no. It'll be fun though. That's it. As we always say, let's write that down and immediately forget about this. So Brandon, the person who edits these, you better be writing them down. It's too good.
Future Brandon's laughing.
But
right
yeah,
now.
I think it's about time to move on to the news though.
Yeah.
Our not so important news. Brandon, we have the most, so I'll have you.
I hope I got the timing on that right. I like to overlay it.
I can't wait for this episode to come out.
Yeah, this is for all those who have listened to us for a while. This is going to be a little bit different one. We're doing a more broader topic instead of something more interesting, and we're down to John. We're still
down
not
to John.
feeling
It's
good.
still interesting.
This is also the latest we've ever potted.
Yeah, this is
true.
super
Yeah,
late.
it's after
This is
10,
a
right?
late night pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, complete opposite of
For us,
last
it's
week, which
like
was a super early morning pod. We're hitting a bunch of
Yeah.
milestones here.
Yeah, it's like 10:26. Like, it's past my bedtime. I need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I was just kidding. I don't go to sleep till like 4 o'clock.
That's
Yeah, we all know
I
from your
know.
stream schedule, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
It's so true.
So, what you got, Brandon?
I've got cicadas were flying for hours, but Biden's press plane was not.
Wait, excuse me. All right,
So-
let's repeat that.
So a bunch of cicadas were. They basically.
Aren't they all dead now?
I
they
wish.
might. They might be. I doubt it. But they fucking all swarmed Biden's plane. Just like at one
That's a
time.
nightmare.
Just like literally
Dude.
all in, because what they do is they basically they wait for like a car door, like a plane door or something to open, and then they just swarm in.
Cicadas are a menace. So,
Yeah.
this is going to sound really stupid because I've lived here basically my entire life. Do we really have a lot of cicadas out in Phoenix? Because I
don't-
hear them, but
Yeah.
I have never seen a cicada shell on a tree or anything. Like, I started playing Animal Crossing last year, and the cicadas started coming out in the summer when that happened, and we'd catch them on trees, and I'd read all about it, and I'm like, I feel like I really haven't seen cicadas out here. I'm also a super nerd who spends 80% of his time inside. So that could also be contributing
That's
factor
definitely
to
the
it.
reason. As a kid, I didn't know what they were.
I
So,
know
like,
what they
when
were
I
because
got
they were loud
older-
as fuck.
Yeah.
The most common species in the Arizona desert is the Apache cicada, which is dark-colored, pale tan band around its head. It's the one that produces the noise. They're doing it to attract females. Their song can be heard
Oh.
away as far as 450 yards, and this is about what they look like.
Yeah, they're terrifying looking.
Gosh, that's...
Actually, no, they're kind of cool looking, but
Yeah.
but at the same, I don't know, they're just very unique.
It's one of those things that was cool to look at, but I need a sheet of glass
Yeah,
between
right,
me and
exactly.
it, or else I'm gonna start having a panic attack. Even which is funny because I'm the one who takes care of spiders and the crickets and shit. It's like I'll man up and do it, but like,
We all have our limits.
I'd rather not. Let's put it that way. I mean, it is my house though, so I will get that cricket out because I have cats and they're hunters. They will. I'll like find cricket corpses and I'll be like, guys, clean up your
Please
kill,
dispose
please.
of. Yeah. So when I was a kid, I heard them called like, I'm assuming it was the same thing, like heat bugs. Is that the same thing or is it something different?
They do come around in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so it must be
So let's get back to the article. They attacked a fucking plane.
Yeah, dude.
Where was he? What type of cicadas were these guys? Were they evil?
Let me see.
Is there an interview of the cicadas, please?
Yes, yeah. Because they just go, they bury themselves out of the ground after like what 15 years or something. They scream, they fuck, and then they die. Isn't that like the life of a cicada?
Basically, I mean, that's
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Isn't that all of us?
I mean, you could call podcasting screaming, but I don't feel like
Screaming
I've raised
fucking-
my decibel level that high yet. We haven't
No.
had Bugsy on, so I'm not entirely sure. if
Okay,
I'll
so it
get
was
that
in
loud.
Washington.
Okay, it was in DC.
Yeah, the president
Wait, like Washington State or
rushed
Washington
a
D.C.?
cicada from
Hopefully
the back of
DC.
his neck as he chatted with his Air Force greeter, arriving at Joint Base Andrews Wednesday flight. Watch out for cicadas, Biden then told reporters.
Watch out
I just
for
got
cicadas.
one. It just got me.
It just got.
It just got me.
It just got me.
Oh, that's so sad.
Wow. Were they able to like shake the bugs off or anything? Or?
I guess the bugs
Well, bug
also
attacks
tried
a
to
plane. What the
stow
hell do you
away
do?
I know, right?
on
Just-
Air Force 2 on Sunday when the
Stow
vice
away
president
cicadas.
flew to Guatemala. The cicadas were caught hiding in the folds of shirts of Secret Service agents and photographers.
What? Hiding in the folds of your shirt?
Gnarly. How big are
Yeah.
they? Like, do you have like a size reference?
I think like a big, like a grasshopper sized almost.
Are they like roach sizes? Because roaches can get pretty fucking
It
big.
depends on what
gnarly.
kind of roach you're talking about.
Right. So I guess like cicada, I thought it was like, are they like that big? Like that tall?
I don't know.
1.5 inches.
Yeah.
I don't see them on the daily.
Yeah, I was going to say,
That's
as I've repeated, I haven't seen a fucking cicada
I'm your
IRL.
cicada guy.
Hup. I think I got a guy for that. Hold on, let me see this next episode. Well, I'm going to talk to my guy. You got 100, best I could do is 40. I'm trying to quote memes where I don't even really... Like, it's been years since I've watched
I don't know if
Pawn
Fake looks
Stars.
Rick.
I guess this happened like a few times.
Wait, a few times cicadas have attacked planes?
Well,
Or Biden
like,
specifically?
Well, why? The president. It sounds like cicadas are trying to like assassinate the president.
Did they come from another country?
No, but they're all coming from Washington. That's what I'm saying. It's like
It's an inside job.
It happened for Roosevelt. It happened for Reagan. It happened in 2004 to John Kerry. I mean,
At this point, I don't know, are you just saying this? Or
no. I'm reading the article from
It
AP
actually says that?
News.
No, okay.
All right.
I'm reading it as fast as I can so I can
Yeah,
spout out facts as I'm reading
most
right
of the
now.
articles that we get are usually like a paragraph or too long. This
Yeah,
sounds like a
that's
legit article.
Right.
So this is kind of terrifying that there's a legit this much of a write up about cicadas attacking planes. Like it's been a while since I've done on a plane. Probably the next plane I'm going to do is our big Disney trip that we're planning. Hashtag spoilers, but it won't be for a while. That's probably going to be the next plane I'm getting on. But
Right.
I don't want to be attacked by cicadas. Hopefully Florida's a lot more of a moist environment.
Oh, it definitely is.
Well, I mean, if there's cicadas here, there's going to be, if they can live in dry heat and DC, which is basically a swamp, and
Yeah,
then
so I
they
would
can
think
live at
Florida
Florida,
they
which
could
is a
too.
swamp.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Disney is literally built on swampland, so it's going to be rough. But yeah, so cicadas attacking planes, that's freaking terrifying.
Yeah, and then in Florida, a small town accidentally sold its water tower for $55,000.
I've done that in City Skylines. It's rough. Then your
Accidentally
water
sold it?
tower, your supply runs out, and you're like, why the hell aren't my citizens paying their damn taxes? I'm trying to build a new residential district. I may have played City Skylines for 4 hours last night without realizing it.
I might need to
Let's-
start playing. I've had that game for a bit. I might need to start
own
playing
it?
it. Yeah, I gotta. I think it's through Humble
SimCity.
Bundle. This is one of those games
It's
where
Sim
I got.
City, and it's amazing.
Okay, I'll try.
I spent $100 on all the DLC this week. It is worth
Oh,
it.
Okay, okay. I actually might have some of the DLCs too. I'm not sure.
So you want to know how it happened, though?
Okay.
So this guy was trying to buy some land for
Okay.
a building, I guess. And it was a certified personal trainer who intended to turn the building, which various city departments use for storage, into a personal training studio. He was supposed to buy a part of the building that's attached to the water tower, and then they
He
just
bought the water
sold
tower.
him to the whole damn thing.
Imagine Gilbert sending their water tower. That's like their icon
I know.
of their entire city. It's like, oh shit, we sold it to fucking like that barbecue place right next door.
Right.
Oh shit.
Now Joe's Barbecue owns the fucking
Water tower.
Water tower, but no,
Can
I
we
guess
have that back, please?
I guess this guy was nice enough to return it though.
Okay, that's good. He
Or like
returned the town's water tower.
Yeah.
Where was this again?
This was in Florida.
It all comes back to Florida. Florida man. Florida man buys water tower.
Brooksville City Council.
Gosh. Yeah, that's funny.
Brooksville, yeah.
Oh.
He wanted to buy the
Shout out to
split
Brooksville,
off.
California, and their recently reacquired tower. Glad that you guys have your water tower back. That provides at least like 10 City Skyline units of water for an upkeep of like 60 cents a week. Actually, water is way more expensive than 60 cents. It's like a tile of land in that. I'm getting way too obsessed with this game.
Like I could tell.
It's fun though. I'm enjoying it. All right. So I'll move on to my article. So this is a mini article. It was more of a thing where I saw it when I was hunting for articles last week, and I was like, this can't be real. And when I said that, you guys were like, oh. And I'm like, this has to be satire. And thankfully, it was satire. So, but I'm gonna just read it to you because it was the name of the article that got me and the image that came along with it. So it's Arby's new gamer sandwich uses N64 cartridge as buns. Here we go.
Did
What?
I just have a stroke?
Yeah, I don't think I understood.
Check
that.
out the new gamer sandwich, $4.20, only at Arby's. You can get, what is this, Wave Racer, and you get some roast beef in between.
Oh my god, I can't believe that's a picture.
Oh, it's $4.20.
Yeah, $4.20. I saw that. I saw the article and the title and that image, and I'm like, oh, I really hope this isn't real. But that just shows that there's some weird ass things. Like, what's the new Taco Bell crave? The Inside Out taco or
It's
something
the
like that?
Taco where the chicken is the taco.
Oh, it's a naked chicken?
Yeah.
taco?
God.
I tried it. It's not good.
It
You
doesn't-
tried
it
it?
did- it didn't
You're
look good.
part of the problem. You bought it.
Why? Because
I never bought the
Shame!
I never bought the KFC sandwich that was made with chicken, even though I thought that would be delicious. I also didn't want to die of a heart attack.
I did try that too, actually.
Motherfucker.
I'm proud to say I haven't tried either.
I gave in. I'm sorry, but I only had it one time. That was
Anthony's
it.
dying
I'm not a
2 years
repeat
earlier
customer.
for each of those sandwiches.
Rest in peace to our Saturday boy. Oh my god, this is actually a lot longer of an article. Oh my, there's even a picture of a guy with this. Okay, no,
Like
it's
trying
not.
to eat it, please. Oh,
Oh god, this.
imagine.
The plot twist, it's real.
Right.
It's truly a match made in heaven. The gooey hot roast beef and the cold country plastic complement each other. It's like, what the But no, obviously satire just caught me off guard, and I thought I'd have to bring it up here. So it'd at least be a funny couple minutes.
That's good.
And it's for $4.20 only at Arby's. Ask for the gamer sandwich. She'll deliver it to you.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna do that every year now.
Ask for the house style ranch.
Does Arby's have house style ranch?
Do I want to know?
Figure it out yourself
No.
when you ask for it. They don't.
Yep.
I was about to say, ranch is one of those things where it's like a lot of places have their own version of it. It's like, oh, I love this place's ranch, but I'm not a ranch guy. I'm a ketchup and barbecue sauce guy, and now hot sauce. I've graduated to that.
I love
Then
ranch.
you'll appreciate what happened to me today.
Oh yes, I heard a bit of this story. May you
I-
give me the full
I
context
ordered
of it?
tiny tacos, and I dipped my tiny tacos in barbecue sauce. I asked for a single barbecue sauce. That's all I needed. One single barbecue sauce. I ordered with a coworker.
Who shall remain nameless.
The coworker asked for ranch.
But he's not our coworker who's obsessed with ranch, because that's a
no,
separate coworker.
No, he didn't even
who's
want the
obsessed with
ranch. He didn't even want the ranch. Somebody else wanted the ranch. But we ended up getting 8 ranches.
Oh my god.
And there it is. That's how it escalates.
I had to dip my tacos in ranch.
That's
I mean, I like ranch, but
It was all right. It wasn't what I wanted.
oh,
Yeah.
But
it's-
then, luckily, a single barbecue came in to save my day.
I know that is
Person came in at I had like 6 tacos left.
like mercy coming down. Just to
They
give
came
you-
in. They were like,
I
"Hey,
have a
I
barbecue
have this
sauce."
barbecue sauce. Do you want it?" And I was like,
You fucking know it.
random bit. I actually really like the Arby's barbecue sauce. Now that
They
we're
have
talking
good
about Arby's,
barbecue.
their tangy barbecue sauce. I usually get that with my chicken when I get chicken at Arby's, which is when you get chicken at a place known for roast beef, you know something's up.
"You know who has good barbecue is Culver's. They have a really good
Yeah,
barbecue."
I haven't
you
had
did.
theirs
You
for a
did first introduce me to Culver's because kind of my local random side tangent here. My local chicken is Cane's. I get that a lot.
Love
It's
Cane's
good,
too.
great cane sauce. But you pointed me out to Culver's. You said their chicken's pretty good, so I tried
These
them
are
out.
really good.
I agree. Their chicken's good. They're also a place known for their burgers, but their chicken is good. So you know,
And their cheese curds are bomb.
Cheese
Dude,
curds
cheese
for
curds.
life, dude.
Do I? It's like,
Let's
do I
play.
want to not go to the bathroom tomorrow? Yeah, I'm gonna have some cheese curds.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
That's when you're having those white Russians with the extra cream in them, and then
You may as well get the cheese curds. I
And
mean,
then-
you've already destroyed
And
yourself.
you know what?
Yeah.
And then while you're there, just get a concrete mixer too.
I mean, yeah, they have the truffle one. Oh,
Dude.
no, that's at Freddy's. That's at the other.
I get
place.
the
Oh my
turtles
gosh.
one.
steer into the skid.
The turtles one is so
Steer
good. I think it's probably
skin.
my favorite of their concrete mixers I've had.
I am hungry as all get out on this episode.
I'm
And
surprised
it's
I'm hungry
coming
right
out,
now, too.
Which is funny because it'll lead into our topic because we're today. Random side note: we probably might. Are we done with news, or should
yeah,
we move
yeah,
on to?
I'm done.
Okay,
Unless Anthony's got something.
you got anything?
This is a
Anthony?
quick thing. So
Okay.
it's more or less this combo of like Game Rant and Reddit. So
Okay.
apparently there's someone with the screen name of Midnight Spice on Reddit. He's been playing Skyrim for 7 years. So
As
he's
we
a,
all
so he's a
have.
newbie, actually.
Yeah. I mean, you play for 7 years and you still find new shit.
And it's funny you say that because that's what this is about. That there's a spot that he actually found that he never discovered before, and the reason why is because he was actually curious. So he was just kind of going to the border, like the limit of the world, and kind of tracing it around. And he came across this area that is known as Arc. Yes, Arcwind. I was like looking at like because they made it with the emojis. So I'm like, wait, what is it again? It's a Arcwind Point. So and apparently it
This
is
is the Japanese pagoda thing.
Yeah, right. That's
a
arc.
wind and then the finger. Arcwind Point.
Finger.
It's apparently
Just your finger.
it's southeast of the throat of the world. So I think it's like from my
Okay,
understanding.
nobody goes south of the throat of the world. That road is trash.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's
Like
just
you go over to
there's
Riften.
there's
and
the
that's
one
about it,
Daedric quest down there. Nothing else. You don't need to go back to Helgen. Nothing's down there.
right? But then like this is the area, and when I was looking at it, I don't think I've been there. And I've been playing it since day one.
I've
I have
perfected Skyrim
recognize
on multiple consoles. I've gotten I played modded Skyrim a shit ton last year. I don't want to know. I bought a fucking Kinect so I could yell Fus Ro Da to play Skyrim.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I've never seen this place. That's how you get into your groove, and unless you do stuff like that where you force yourself to go out of the way to find stuff,
right.
you won't find everything. Like there,
I'm
my
sure there's
most
still
recent
quests I
quests
haven't
are
done.
still NPCs I've never seen. Eric the Slayer, I've still like seen him only once or twice. He's a huge NPC. I know where he is. I've just never gone there. You know,
Eric, I don't
he's an NPC based upon the fan who passed away. They brought him into the game, immortalized him.
That's right. I have heard of that, but I don't think I've ever seen him.
I never
like,
brought
actually
him with
looking.
me on a campaign. You can bring him with him if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. Games that big, it's people like joke about. Oh, you're still playing Skyrim. Oh, you bought Skyrim for the 500th time. Yeah, it's because
Because there's so much content, there's so much to do.
I've only bought Fallout 4 once. I'll look at you, Anthony, because you're the one playing Fallout 4 right now.
But
So
it's
I'm
on
making fun
but
of you.
PC superior
I
to
know.
Xbox. Dude, I'm having so much fun though.
I know. I'm glad you're having fun because Fallout 4 for me wasn't as good as Skyrim.
No, for
got
me it's
toxic,
it's
for
really
sure.
just for me it's literally just do I want to use spells and swords or do I want to use guns?
Yeah.
And if I want to use
Just
guns,
the mechanics
that's
of the
pretty
world
much-
are a little bit different. I
yeah.
feel like
Skyrim I think overall is superior, but
it's the dialogue.
yeah, it
If
actually
they
has
had
purpose.
classic dialogue
Yeah.
in Fallout 4, I feel like I would have enjoyed it a lot more. You can't. They took the RP out of my G. It's a great first-person shooter with role-playing elements and some looting.
right?
Hence why they made Fallout 76, which is a first-person shooter with looting mechanics. I
Let's
mean,
not even get into 76.
I know, yeah. It says the person who have you bought 76?
No, I won't.
It says the one person who bought 76 on this table. So, yeah, I will. Now that we're done
Don't
with the
buy
news,
76. I was burned.
we'll
Road
move on to our main
trips.
topic. I'm super hungry right now because we've been drinking for the bit of the day, but we're talking about road trips.
Yeah.
Well, then I have.
I'm going to dive into the first thing I do when I go on a road trip.
Snack?
Is snacks.
That's my first
Motherfucker.
question for you guys.
The first.
Favorite? What's your go-to? You stop. Okay, you got to get gas. Okay, so you packed up.
Yep.
You're going. You picked up your Anthony. You're going. You're at the QT.
You're at the QT. You filled up your gas.
Yep.
You're going to the freeway from this QT.
Yep.
You're
Yes.
done.
You got to
don't
get
have
your
any more
ice
steps.
for your cooler.
Yep.
Because you got. Lord
you're
knows
bringing
you got
beer.
fucking 20 beers in the back. What are you grabbing from the gas station?
Okay.
Go.
So my go-to forever has been pepper beef jerky.
Fair. That's a
Peppered
good one.
beef jerky. It's for me. It's kind of counterintuitive, but I use it as an offset because I used to drink iced tea on road trips, which is the fatal mistake. You never drink
Pissing.
iced tea.
Just
You're
pissing.
pissing everywhere. So what I found out was that if you get something super salty, like peppered beef jerky,
You absorb it like a sponge.
Oh.
you absorb it like a sponge.
God
you
damn,
drink.
that's
smart.
You
genius.
fucking drink less.
We're learning today, folks.
Well, for a California trip, I know what I'm getting.
Fucking
because
A.
it's pepper. You take a sip of your drink and like, all right, I'm good. The pepper is super salty, so you take less sips of your tea, so you pee less. Because bubbly is just like tea; it's just water. It
Yeah,
just goes
it's just-
through you.
yeah, dude,
That's
I
the whole
piss
thing.
so much with
When you have
bubbly.
a sugary drink, a lot of people like to take sodas or like stuff like that. Your body takes longer to process it. If you're drinking
Yeah.
tea or water, you're gonna piss like no one's business.
Yeah.
So you have the salty to counteract your liquid intake.
That's genius. But wouldn't a chip kind of do the same thing?
Exactly.
Salty enough.
See, so this is coming from me. You two, this is going to be fun hearing you two talk because I'm always the driver on my road trips. I've been the driver since I was 15 and 7 months. I've always been the driver in our parties. Yep. Anthony was then, but he was older, a little bit older. Katie, my wife, same birthday as this boy, but they were the oldest out of all of us. They've been driving, and then it got passed down to me. So I'm a big hand person. When I go for my snacks, I don't want my hands to be dirty. Beef jerky, very little hand dirtiness. Yeah. Perfect, and it matches what you're trying to do. I'm driving. I want to drink a little bit.
It is the stick and you just bah.
Yep, it is the driver best snack and combo. And the drink I like to get, I don't drink Gatorade too often, but I'll grab a Gatorade on the road trip to make sure I got my electrolytes because Gatorade has electrolytes.
That's true.
And then occasionally water. But yeah, I usually don't do energy drinks. I've caffeinated enough on a regular basis, so I don't need more for drives. I very rarely have done late night drives. We'll talk about them when we get into it later, when we move on to that. But yeah, so I usually don't need caffeine. So my go-to, I'm at the gas station. I'll pick up a thing of beef jerky. Maybe my wife will grab a chip and I'll be able to have some because she can feed me because I have multiple people. I highly doubt you two feed each other, but we'll get into that.
Well,
it's happened.
Okay, all right, it's good to know. But yeah, no, I usually get like my beef jerky, Gatorade, or something to keep me hydrated. Something with a twist top. My thing is I don't want to have to be stuck there taking I'll do the Gatorades that you just twist and you open, you're good. I can do it with my mouth even if I want to. Chop top. Yeah. Because that's kind of thing. I'll do the Gatorades. I like the sports ones. I like the runners do. You don't need to even do that because I'm driving. I got to be hands free here. I'm the most boring driver. We went to fucking. Was that amazing? Sorry, you took a sip of your bubbly, took a sip of your beverage, and then had the whole wide eyes.
That was good.
Okay, must be a good combo there. But yeah, no, that's what I do. Anthony, you're at the gas station. You're about to go. What you grabbing?
Whatever this guy wants.
Oh my god.
No, honestly, it's what it is I don't like to eat too much while I'm driving. So honestly,
okay, so that answers the question. Are you the main driver?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is. So
your wingman.
He's probably grabbing like 2 bangs.
Oh, so you're an energy drink boy on road trips. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of times we'll end up going it'll be after work, or it'll just be late nights. We're trying to maximize our time.
So we'll move on from this topic to a second one here to kind of give some context for it. When I do mostly road trips, I'm usually either going up north. We live in Arizona, so we're really close to the rim. You go about a 3-hour drive, you're instantly 30 degrees cooler. You're not in this stupid hot ass valley. You're up in elevation. You got pine trees. You got lakes, rivers. It's super nice up there.
Trees.
So that's where I usually head. Plus the occasional California trip and all that. So I'm not doing super long trips. And usually, since I have my wife and everything, I leave in the morning and everything. But you guys like to add it on to end of your week. So you guys usually do late night drives. So it's a little bit different than my setup for road trips.
Yeah, we usually head out what
Thursdays?
Time?
Thursday, around
it's
usually
you guys
right
like
after
to
rush
split
hour.
your weekend. You'll take a Friday and a Monday off, so you get a 4-day weekend, and you guys go out because your brother lives out in California, so you guys head out there and hit up Disney all the time.
Yeah, Disney, the beach, just kind of that whole south
breweries, trying to chill, drink.
Breweries, yeah, that's.
You guys need to add Universal Hollywood to that. So have you guys ever been to Universal Hollywood?
I have, not with him.
Okay, well we'll get into that when we do a full-on episode on it.
Also,
once we're done with our Disney series.
Funyuns. That's my thing.
Funyuns is a
Okay.
usual.
That's it. That's my only staple.
That's your only staple, just Funyuns.
Otherwise, I just get.
Okay.
It would be a bubbly.
We've done
A
the
bubbly now.
Albanese gummies. We've gotten those a few more
Okay.
times lately.
Fire, dude.
Wait, what?
That's the brand.
What are
Yeah,
these?
that's the brand.
Yeah, dude.
Are they out here? You guys know
They're
they're
all
out to
over.
California.
Yeah.
I actually know
Okay.
about them because of one of my coworkers, Brad. Shout outs to Brad. He brings them in a lot of times for work. He'll have the regular ones or the sour ones for Marlena. Yeah, they're so good.
I have never seen those
They're
before in
solid.
my
You're gonna
life.
start.
I have no
K.
memory of this place.
Go to a Circle K. You'll see them.
See, I'm more of a QT boy.
Stupid good. They're at QT too.
I think they have them at QT.
I
Yeah.
think so. But yeah, no, we usually do late night drives. We head out at 8 or 9 p.m. a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And then we're driving till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually when we're there, it's really the sun's not up yet, so it's late. It's like right in the middle of the night. So like once we get over to California, it's not crazy busy with the traffic.
Yeah.
There's some people, but nothing.
Because when we're driving, we come from Arizona, so as we head into LA, we're heading into LA. So if we get there during the morning rush of people heading into LA,
you're
it's
screwed.
hell. When I do it, I mostly try to time my drive into LA in the early afternoon when everyone's leaving LA. Usually I'll have a day of travel before where I don't plan on doing anything. This is my day of leaving AZ, going to California, getting settled there. Then my next day starts my park
Maybe get some
adventures
dinner or something,
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert, so I spend a lot of time in hotels room with DVD sets because that's how I roll.
We usually our workaround is we bring either the Switch now,
Yeah.
or the laptop was the move for a while. Just bring an HDMI cable and your laptop, and you'd plug in your Netflix and go.
Funny side note, we're gonna be talking about this. This is one of the things of the episode is talking about some of our fun travel adventures that we have together. I have a fun adventure of you and me, probably close to 20 years ago at this point, probably closer to 15. We went to California together. I had my very first laptop. I was playing The Sims. We were hanging out. It was late at night. I totally fucking dropped my laptop.
Just right on the side.
Right on the floor. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. Okay, I'll just grab it. Turns out I had my headphone jack on it, and it destroyed my headphone jack. Launched it into the inside of my head top. And we're trying to play Sims 2, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking quiet. And we're like, oh, I destroyed my laptop on this road trip. And since, I'm young, I had no idea what the hell was going on. It was fun. So every time I think of California and The Sims 2, I remember destroying my laptop's audio jack and having to buy third-party USB headphone jacks for years.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, end of my side note.
I was in an Embassy Suites.
Oh, God, you even remember where it was. Wow. But yeah, that's something that is unique about road trips, is why we wanted to have this episode is. We're all introverts, kind of, mostly, but... road trip is a big thing for us to do. We like to have an event about it. Road trip is different than a driving trip. A flying trip. Road trip, different driving trip. Words are hard sometimes.
We understood.
You understood.
You're running on the road versus driving.
Yeah. You lift your hands up and fly. But no, road trips are fun times to listen to music. It is a thing you want to make something out of. It's an event, and events are fun. Yeah. And we all usually have something that I'd like us to do is random side note here live on the podcast. Do we have our email set up for people to email us and maybe to sell stories? Because it's something we could bring up on a future episode.
You have an email.
Oh, fun.
I'll pull it up while you guys keep
But yeah,
talking.
so something that I'd like to talk about is maybe I don't know, every year or something. I really don't want to do, since we only do weekly episodes and we only have one series, I don't want to have us too much about this, but maybe having a travelogue of stuff we've done in the last year, and we'll see if anybody messages us about anything.
The Saturday Boys pod@gmail.com.
There we go. The Saturday Boys pod@gmail. That's where we can receive any emails from anyone just wanting to say a story or any spam that we just added into the world. Yeah. Have fun, Brandon. Sorry. But
it's okay. It's all of our mess.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's just road trips are an event, and it's fun to have little habits. We all have music we love to go to, which is the next thing I want to talk about. It's a road trip. You're in the car. You've got your snacks. How do you do your music? Because are you two guys as weird as I am about this? Probably. I don't start my playlist until I'm on the freeway. Ooh. I'll have whatever random ass shit I was listening to currently. Usually I'm right now I'm listening to Outrun music because it's summer and I want to be chill, and Outrun music is super chill. So I'd be listening to Outrun music until I got to the gas station. We got all our stuff together. And then as soon as we get on the freeway, I'd be like, all right, switch to the playlist I got set up.
I feel like we do
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I like to have a playlist in my head. I'm like, I'm taking a 3-hour drive to Payson. And then another 3-hour drive, or an hour and a half drive to Payson, which is north of us, and another hour and a half drive north of that. I want to have my albums set up that I want to listen to. I ain't doing this shuffle play. I want to listen to this band for this drive.
So I'm in the passenger seat for most of the
So you're the DJ.
Yeah. So most of the time, what I'll do is a couple weeks before, I'll start curating a playlist of stuff I've been listening to currently and stuff I think will be fun for the vibe of what we're going out to do. And I'll kind of make a blend of it, and I'll just title it Road Trip Playlist 2021 or whatever, May 2021. And we do have some staples though.
All right, what are you guys' staples in the music here? I want to hear them.
So every single
All right.
time,
All right.
the staple for us for some reason is "Move Along"
Yep.
by All American Rejects.
Dude, no, I can get it. I understand.
Full album,
Full album. That's
to
a
back.
good album. All right,
Front
I
to back.
physically own that on CD. Do you guys? Is that the first thing you guys hop on the freeway?
No, there's a
Okay.
specific spot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a okay. All right.
They're like, is it time?
There
It's
is a
time.
specific spot.
We
Let's
don't
hear
know
this.
exactly where it is, but it's after you get into California. It's somewhere around.
Is it before Palm Springs? Before the turn to the right?
Just after Palm Springs, right around Palm Springs.
Yeah, because
Okay,
before
so you've
Coachella.
already
It's
had the
before
si-
Coachella.
Okay, so you've
I
already-
guess before Palm Springs, just
Okay.
before Palm Springs.
Is it
yeah.
right around the turn where the 10 turns to the right?
Yep, you do like
Okay.
a big
So, yeah.
long bank to the
Because
right.
I have a very interesting experience about that. One of my big road trips, and that very same spot that you guys put on "Move Along" on. Katie, my wife, was my DJ, so she had picked her playlist, and she picked some random ass 80s playlist, and we were vibing for it. It was great. And it was just whatever Spotify had, and she had fallen asleep by this point because car drives make her fall asleep. So usually I just vibe out to the music sometimes. And I'm on that turn, and it's kind of a downhill descent, and I was going a bit too fast in a rental car because I hadn't had my first car yet. I didn't have a reliable car until about a year or so after I was married. So we took our honeymoon trip to Cali, and we went to Disney as
Yeah.
we do for our honeymoon. It was a great week. I loved it. But I'm driving, and I listened. The song that came on, I still remember this. I was going a bit too fast in this little car. I didn't know what I was doing. I was zoned out. It happens on drives. And You Spin Me Right Round came on, but it was the long extended remix because she just picked some random ass Spotify playlist, and it starts with like 2.5, 3 minutes of no lyrics. It's just like the beat of the song, like bum 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 bum, and it's just constantly going. And I'm like driving down this is a little ass car I've never been in before, and I'm just like, my wife's asleep. I'm just like, doing this big ass hill because you're going into Palm Springs, and it's just like it's funny how road trips can create such strong memories. And every time I hear "Spin Right Round," I remember freaking out when my wife is asleep, and as I'm listening to You Spin Me Right Round, without lyrics because it's just the instrumental bits going on for forever.
Oh my god!
That was my first big drive out to Cali that I did, was that trip by myself where I was the driver. So it was a little terrifying for me, but created a really harsh memory around that point. So every time I do that on every trip to California, I remember like, you spin, even though I'm not listening to it at all, I'll think of it when I go on that stretch of road. So it's kind of funny that road trips, when you do them multiple times, your memories kind of like shoot together. Like I've got specific memories listening to specific songs at specific spots. So I find it hilarious that you guys have "Move Along." Like, is it time for "Move Along"? It's time for "Move Along."
Yeah.
We're in California. Let's do this.
Yeah, you have to cross that border.
It's perfect.
We
My freaking mic.
Right. It just like slowly
it's
was
like-
kind of.
going on. Yeah.
We'll get it.
I like to put on Tom Petty a lot.
Tom Petty's a good one.
Tom Petty's a great road trip artist.
I think even like on the way back, I think a lot of times we listen to "Day to Remember" too, like on the way back.
Yeah, Day to
Yeah.
Remember is usually on the way back.
Yeah.
Pretty much like their whole. We usually
You
end up
start at the
listening to
beginning
just,
and
like, 2
do
hours
an
of
entire Day to Remember drive.
Yeah, because we can fucking sing along to the whole thing, so it's just kind of fun.
That is the thing. So something that I've never lived in since I've like been an adult, I've never lived in a house where I wasn't with someone else. And one of my favorite things to do is just fucking belt singing.
Oh, yeah.
And like I'll do it in the car all the fucking time, except for when you pull up to a stoplight, I have to stop, which is the amazing thing
I do the
about
same
drives,
thing,
right?
Because you never get to stop. You can just belt out the lyrics to the entire album.
Yeah.
You just fucking go. But with being at like with road trips, and you can just you're in the car and you can just belt to your heart's content.
yeah.
It really kind of just lets like, how well do I know this album? And you realize, oh shit, I don't really know the choruses.
Yeah.
All right, I can listen to this album and not speak and just listen to the lyrics.
I've done that multiple times. I'll like be singing along, like Brandon knows the whole line. I'm like, I don't know this part at all. Like I just vocalize it and then I just stop and just let
It's
him do
like
his
I know
thing.
the exact tones. I don't know the
Right, I have
words.
no
I may know
idea.
some syllables. But get back to the chorus. I know that chorus,
Right.
bro.
And my moment.
Yeah, so just singing loud in cars. Music, the drive on road trips is the music really kind of sets the tone.
It
And
does.
which is crazy to me that I know probably a decent amount of the population do this, but they drive with no music.
It's crazy.
At
That's like the
all.
only time I really like have time to listen to it.
The
anymore.
only person that I know of personally, not personally, words are hard. Or as I said, we've been drinking before this. We're a couple beers deep. But it was Markiplier said that he never listens to music in the car. And I'm like, I can't sit in silence in the car. Sometimes quiet is violent.
I can't do silence in the. Well, okay.
Like the reference.
Occasionally, I can do it in the morning. Like I used to have to wake up like real early in the morning, and sometimes I just can't do noise that early.
Well, I understand on that, but like a standard drive. Occasionally, like if I'm in a bad mood, sometimes I'll not have music on. But like for my default to not have music on is a little weird.
Yeah. I like podcasts too.
That's what I was going to bring on. I was going to use that as a transition to podcasts. Do you guys listen to many podcasts on drives? Because I know that's a really long thing.
Not yet.
Long form.
Because, I mean, we're just more talking between each other or like singing the songs.
Yeah, okay.
But I honestly, I think we should try doing some like this next couple road trips that we do because we're gonna have a couple coming up here.
Yeah.
And
you guys have a big road trip planned up in a couple months. That's gonna be fun because we also wanted to use this as a segue point where maybe in 6 months or so we do a road update part 2 to this where you guys talk about your trip. I'd really think that'd be interesting. Yeah, you guys are going on a nice big road trip.
We'll have the California and the
exactly.
We're doing Ohio to Indiana to Illinois, well, like Chicago area, then Wisconsin, and then to Minneapolis.
Yeah, you guys are doing a big one, so that's gonna be fun to hear about your guys' experience on that.
Yeah, and I plan on bringing all of like the stuff that I brought up to the cabin, so we should be able to do a couple like mini episodes.
That'd be I'd be excited to hear that. You guys would be fun out there.
Yeah,
on the road.
I'm gonna bring the drone out and everything again, so we're gonna get some fun footage and like do a couple podcasts because we're gonna go to 450.
Gosh, I'm gonna be so jealous of you guys. Yeah, we're doing an episode of 450 at 450.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because we'll have a portable audio thing. We might as well. Yeah. At least try to.
Have me on Discord or something. I can just message you guys. I'll be there listening. We probably won't be able to do the thing, but I'll be listening into you guys. And I'll just message you. So, because I know it's getting an audio set up on the road would be chaos, but I'd like to be a part of that when you guys get that. That'd be great. Yeah. So look forward to that down the line.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But yeah. It's because with podcasts and road trips, I really only have one experience because I didn't really start listening to podcasts a lot until COVID hit, and I had a lot more time on my hands, so I started to listen to a lot of podcasts. But the one that I used to listen to a lot before COVID was the Rooster Teeth podcast because my old job that I had was I was a coffee roaster, and I used to work a lot of late night shifts. And with coffee roasting, it's a lot of work at the first little bit, and then the last 3/4 of the shift is just watching a machine and pressing buttons at the right time. So I have a lot of downtime. So I listened to a lot of the Rooster Teeth podcast, basically until they went video. Because once they added video, they added a lot of elements to their, and I felt like listening to it, I was missing out.
Yeah.
But as you should.
I know you do add a lot of videography because I can't speak, so at least you've got some video editing.
Soon we'll have
stuff
camera angles and shit.
God, I can't wait for that. I just got to get paid. We'll get another camera, and it'll be amazing. Man, make editing so much harder for you. It'll be
he
great.
Can't wait.
I know you can't wait for me to pay a lot of money so you can have more time to edit. But yeah, so I listened to the Rooster Teeth podcast a lot back when I was roasting, and when I got married, a year later, we went on a road trip to Disney, and on the way home, we did the first time I did a late night drive, and I was a little scared to do a late night drive home from Cali. As I said, I'm a very timid driver. I went driving with all of my coworkers at a racetrack, and I was a solid second to last place. So my wife wasn't last, so we were holding up the bottom here. Very safe drivers, but I was a little scared, so I'm like, I want to put on the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm listening to this at work, so I downloaded the old Rooster Teeth app back circa 2014 when I did this, and I listened to some podcasts on the drive home because I knew it was going to be hard for my wife, who usually falls asleep during drives. She wanted to stay up during this drive because it was late night. She didn't want me to have a chance to fall asleep.
Real quick, that's like one of our number one rules. We don't fall asleep on each other.
See, you guys have especially each other. Yeah. I'll let my wife fall asleep for a drive because I feel confident in my own. You don't let your wife fall asleep on the drive.
If he doesn't fall asleep,
if I fall asleep, we die.
If he falls asleep, I'm fucked.
But I put on the Rooster Teeth podcast, and it was probably the worst episode to put on with my wife in the car because it was the episode where Jack talked about his fleshlight. And I have such an intense, awkward experience of listening to that random, because this was back when I didn't have signal, so I downloaded these episodes on the Rooster Teeth app which was in
So you're
like
stuck
beta.
with it.
So I'm stuck. I had like 4 episodes, or 3 or 4, and maybe not even that much. 'Cause I remember we were leaving Disney at night, so we stayed until close. We rope dropped that last day.
Oh,
we
so you're
checked
staying
out
till like 11, 12
We checked
at
out of
night.
our hotel. We were there at rope drop. We went until close, and then we were driving home. That was our plan. So I probably had caffeine on that drive.
Yeah.
That was a
Sure.
late night drive, but it was fun. I'd do it again. I actually enjoyed that. But I remember being in because we had already been at Disney for a couple days, so we were in Main Street, and I was like, I need to download podcasts. So I University Teeth. I was like, download it because I'm like, I'm not gonna have signal in the drive. I need to have it downloaded to my phone, and so I started listening to the episode. And Jack was a part of this really cool thing that the Alamo Drafthouse used to do. I think they probably still do it, but it's a 24-hour film fest where you buy tickets for it and you're stuck at the Alamo Drafthouse for 24 hours. And apparently Fleshlight is based out of Austin, and they were there and they gave all of the people in the people at the event a Fleshlight.
Swag.
Yeah, swag. So
Swag.
that was a terrible episode to listen to at night. So I have not listened to podcasts on long drives since. I'll probably do it now since I've listened to a lot more and I've got better stuff to listen to that I kind of know. Yeah, this won't get into weird territory. At least I hope not. And hopefully no bugsies. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's...
We love you,
gosh.
podcaster.
I feel like
Dude,
I really need to watch
I
even
really
more
do.
so because of this, because I want to understand what you
Yeah.
guys.
See...
We love you, but we don't love bugs.
We'll get into it. It's but so with podcasts on drives, other than that one experience, I'm excited to do some new ones in the future here with
Yeah.
that. But because I did get Katie and Daniel past because she knows Jack and Jeff. So yeah,
That's how I got into podcasts. I was working like late night or on the weekends, like janitorial stuff. I'm just by myself cleaning.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just putting on podcasts and I was listening to like just hours and hours and hours. I would literally like finish a whole podcast series. I had so much time listening to podcasts.
Wow.
And I started like a bunch of history ones. I was doing a bunch of just different random talking ones. Bunch of
Different random talking ones.
Yeah, pretty much like
Us,
us.
yeah.
I was doing a bunch of like comedy ones. I was doing a bunch of, just literally any kind. I was just
But you didn't really take that on your car
music
drive,
ones.
though, really.
No, because it was
this
all
one
through
doesn't.
iTunes
This one doesn't really
podcasts.
listen to podcasts too
Honestly,
much.
like our podcast, the podcast,
Our
our podcast. Wow, now I've gone to the point where I can no longer form sentences.
And I've only had
correctly.
like 2 sips of my beer. This is the
know.
worst.
Well, it's because you talk a lot. But
I
it's good,
do.
right? It's a blessing and a curse, really. What was I saying?
that our podcast is the only one that you actually listen to because we're the best.
Yeah, exactly. He nailed it. He wasn't trying to kill you. He just wanted to spit facts. That's all.
We're gonna get Anthony into more.
I think it's honestly
we
it
have
just.
some that I bet we can get you into real easy.
I think it's not even so much like there's anything that interests me because there's a bunch that like I want to listen to. That, like
You
that
have
I've
to
heard
sacrifice music time because I know you,
between music and then
and you'll only listen to it in the car, and your commute is shorter than ours.
yeah. That's the thing
So-
is that's why I think music is better because like listening to 3 songs to me makes more sense than listening because a podcast would take me weeks to finish. Just
What do you
one
listen
episode.
to in the morning? Like when you're getting ready and shit for work.
Well, here's the thing.
He just rolls out of bed.
Yeah. So no, here's the thing. It's because I wake up really late. I'm sorry, job that I work at. It's not to disclose where I work at.
What do you fall asleep to then?
It's
I
either
Met Your
Twitch,
Mother.
How I Met Your Mother, or Futurama.
Try a podcast sometime.
Oh,
So this I
Okay,
will,
try it.
But the reason why I haven't done anything like that is
you don't want to miss it. You don't know where
because
you're
I know I'm
falling
gonna.
asleep.
And it's because when it's something I don't know, I'm more involved in it. I'm more engaged, and then that keeps me up. And that's why I choose Futurama and How I Met Your Mother.
That's
'cause I
what Scott
know them
DeWaz is
so well.
for me.
I do the same thing, but you just pick one episode and you just listen, and then like
When you're tired, you stop it and you put on music.
or whatever, just kind of like get it
Maybe.
ready. So get yourself tired with it. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
kind of like as you're winding down, and then when you're really ready to sleep, you can just
Then
put on
switch
whatever.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I'll try that.
It's kind of like reading a book. You know, just
Right.
like right before you go to bed, just get yourself tired.
Because you know you're not supposed to be on your phone 30 minutes before sleep, which I can say we all never touch our phones 30 minutes before sleep.
No,
we all
never.
get the greatest of sleep.
Never.
No, yeah.
Well, considering last night I passed out with like a joint in one hand, a lighter in the other hand. I was,
It's all right. I about passed out in front of my computer playing City Skylines, so we're about...
he's got
yeah.
mouse in one hand, keyboard in another hand. We're all just 2 hands falling asleep and shit.
I was trying to upload the recent episode of the podcast. I'm like, why is it taking so long?
He's got
Because
also
of
mouse and
internet.
keyboard in hand.
Right.
Oh, but yeah. So with rides, you guys mostly hit up California for your road trips. Do you guys? Do you two do many other trips? I know you have a place up in Heber, so you go up north a lot too.
I go up to Heber.
This last one we did as a group, like that was the only time I've gone up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've had
really-
other opportunities, but I think other trips got canceled, and that's why we
Okay.
didn't go.
We all did that tour back in the day where we
True.
went up
Yeah.
through.
And I've done two
Arizona.
tours
It was
that's
a small
different.
Arizona thing.
Yeah.
You've done two actual tour. Well, two West Coast
Two West Coast
Yeah.
tours. That was
Full on.
insane. Holy, I could talk about that for a podcast, but I don't know if you'd want me to because it was an interesting experience. It was great. I wouldn't take it back. I'm glad I did it.
I've done a couple Pacific Northwest kind of drive things. Those are always fun, like Seattle to Portland, which I guess isn't really
Yeah.
like a road trip as much as it's just like a 2-hour drive.
If I head up there, I do want to take the one,
yeah,
or not the 101.
whatever the.
What is the one that
whatever
goes on the
actual
coast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck the coast one is.
The one I think it's the
Go through
101.
Arcadia and shit.
I have done a trip. It was from New York to I think North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And that was a trip. I've never been so uncomfortable in a car before.
Really?
Tell us.
Okay.
And it's mainly just because it was. It says it was my godmother and her family. So it had Neil, Kathy, Donna. So I think it was 246. There were 7 people in the car. I think.
Oh, what kind of car?
Wait, 7 people in a car.
Durango.
Okay,
It
so
was meant to have a lot of people,
Fit
yeah.
7, but you're squeezing 7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could fit 6, 7, 8, but it can fit 246 comfortably.
Okay,
So
so you're right
you're
in between.
proportionate and
You're in
comfortable.
between completely full capacity and comfortable.
Which is still you're past comfortable. That's the
Yeah.
point.
And then the thing is, we had the car very stocked, so there was like stuff
Oh,
at our
no.
Well,
feet.
you got to think. There's
So,
7
like-
people.
7
plus
people,
their
you have 7
luggage.
people.
Yeah.
They're matched luggage.
What?
So, but it's one of those things where it's like it was in the moment it was like I hate this, but it was an experience that like I wouldn't trade it.
We're
Like, I
mostly
wouldn't
from
want-
smaller families, so we've never done the Hollywood
fam-
car
yeah, big
experience.
family road
Like
trip thing.
I've never had a what is it, Little Miss Sunshine? Little
Miss
Yeah,
Sunshine.
it's difficult, isn't it?
Little Miss Sunshine. Wow,
Nailed
say
it.
that 5 times fast.
Little Miss
Great
Sunshine,
movie.
Little Miss
Irish,
Sunshine, Little Miss Sunshine, Little Miss
wrist-
Sunshine,
okay,
Little
all
Miss
right, buddy.
Sunshine.
All right.
Okay, Eminem, my God, what the hell was that?
I'm gonna be dropping my new albums.
This was just the mixtape.
But yeah, like I've never had the Little Miss Sunshine experience where you have a dysfunctional car drive, because all my car drives have been pretty pleasant. All the ones
That's
I can
good.
remember, at least.
Right.
Yes. So it's like I've seen that, and it's like, okay, I've done some big drives with some people, but they've never really like, gotten in each other's hair. Like, because that's the big thing. We're doing mostly smaller car drives. Like I've done a couple fucking weird ones with some other people, but that's a whole nother story. And the whole My Little Pony experience with you guys.
Oh yeah,
told
I
you.
heard about that.
Yeah.
He didn't hear
don't
about
think I
that.
heard
I heard
that.
about
No.
that.
I had a weird ass car drive with some bronies for the first time I ever
no.
admitted saw a brony. I was going up to Lake Powell. It was for ASU had a Chi Alpha event, which is a Christian, like, I guess it's Chi Alpha is, I guess, a fraternity, but it's not really a fraternity because they don't want to be a fraternity.
Yeah.
But they basically had a trip where you can go up to Lake Powell for a weekend, but because it was a Christian group, you had to be either like male and female. Like they didn't have the cars go up together. So I went up
okay.
with a bunch of people who I didn't know because I really only knew like my wife and my brother-in-law and all that. And or I guess God, we weren't even married then. God, it's old because bronies. This was like 2010.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
Bronies weren't even like a thing in my mind space. This is my first experience with them. I get in the car with these 3 other random dudes, and they're just talking about how like the latest episode had like the best song that Fluttershy sung, and like how Rainbow Dash was all. I'm like, what the fuck did I get into?
Shutterfly is my favorite My Little Pony.
No, Fluttershy. You were close.
Shutterfly.
But no, it was just like this is my first ever experience on Lake Powell is a pretty long drive. It's about 6-7 hours, so it's about California distance from Phoenix. So it's a long drive to go up to Utah, and it was a long drive. Like I don't take a lot of drives with other random people, but that was one of the few ones I did, and I remember it.
I usually just tell Anthony to shut the fuck up when he starts talking about that My Little Pony shit.
I know, right?
It works.
We
It's very
all know
effective.
Twilight Sparkle is your favorite. Just be quiet, okay?
Guys, I'm sorry.
Stop interrupting. Move along, Anthony.
I know.
It's my favorite song. I was gonna say like a Yellow Card song, but it didn't work. Rest in peace.
I could find
But yeah.
now, things will get better.
So we've other than the music and the food and like our experiences, you guys have any other little quick notes you want to add onto this episode?
Yeah,
Oh,
I wanted to ask. Well,
Brandon, you go first.
speaking of Little Miss Sunshine, since I can segue,
Wow.
I wasn't trying to though.
favorite road trip based movie.
Oh, road trip based movie. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to list them off because there's probably some that I'm not thinking of. There's a Little Miss
a lot.
Sunshine.
Trains, planes, automobiles.
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
That's
a-
my.
Oh.
I'm throwing that one out there. Those two are my favorites.
Okay, those two are definitely your favorite.
Yeah.
Those are some good contenders. I'd have to. Out of those two, Little Miss Sunshine is definitely my favorite. I haven't seen Plane, Trains, and Automobiles recently, though. I watched it
I don't know.
years ago.
I'm probably gonna. From your reaction, you're gonna hate me. I don't think I've ever seen that.
John Candy, fucking.
I think I know
Steve
of it, but I
Martin.
don't think I've ever seen it.
It's really good.
So good.
Great
Or if
movie.
anything, if I did see it, it might have just been parts of it on TV.
Well, we now have
Yeah.
a future episode
Right.
next month or the month after, depending on how we can get our schedule ass together. We'll be doing a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. We're just gonna hit up John Candy's entire experience at this point.
Yeah.
We can do an entire John Candy episode.
Due Date's a good one though. Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis.
I'm gonna have to
yes.
look up. There was
I
one
did
that
like that
I
one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Due Date. I don't know if I've ever seen Due Date.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'll almost count that.
Fear and Loathing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one I haven't seen for a bit, but I did like that one too.
I have
What
like a
was the
list.
one where the guy and his wife was pregnant and they're trying to find a place to live? What was the name? It was like a smaller indie film.
Not 100.
They end up going to like this monogamous family where they all sleep in the same bed. Shit.
Oh.
I'm just gonna list
What
off the 20 according to Insider, like the
Okay.
27 best. It's like
Best road trip movies. Okay, what do we
Yeah.
got on this list?
Almost Famous, The Blues Brothers,
Blues Brothers.
Borat, Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, I can see
That's
that.
a good one. I always forget that's a fucking.
It's a
Right.
fucking
Same.
road trip.
Easy
Want to hear me make the
Rider.
most annoying song ever? Sound ever? Not gonna do it. Don't worry. But yeah.
So
Edit it in.
No.
the end of tour, which I actually wanted to see this movie, but I haven't seen it. It's Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel.
Oh, okay.
Into the Wild.
Okay.
It Happened One Night. Little Miss Sunshine.
Why is it so low?
Logan.
Okay, I can see that as a
Oh,
road trip. Yeah. Yep.
Magic Mike XXL.
How is that a road trip movie?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I have to add a Mike Magic.
Actually, better yet,
On the
I don't need to
fantastic
know.
sequel to the 2012 original, Mike sets out on the road with the remaining members of the Kings of Tampa in a food truck to Myrtle Beach for one final performance.
Get the fuck out of here.
It sounds so enticing. I just have to go watch it right now.
As I drink my beer.
Midnight Run with Robert De Niro, The Motorcycle Diaries, The Muppet Movie. Hey.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's my
Hey,
favorite.
I fucking dig that. National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, no, I take
that's
it
a
back.
good one.
That's my favorite.
On the Road, Over the Top, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That's your favorite?
No.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Rain Man. Ooh, that's a good one.
Rain Man.
That's a fucking good movie. Road Trip with it's the Todd Phillips one that had, I think that's the one with Tom Green in it, right? Road Trip.
I don't recall.
Maybe. Definitely has Stifler, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ooh, Sean William Scott?
Yeah. Smokey and the Bandit. The Straight Story. I don't even know what that is. Stranger Than Paradise. Thelma and Louise.
Oh,
Tommy Boy.
Tommy.
Okay.
Oh, Tommy Boy's good. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I found out the one I was talking about. Okay, I
What
just
is it?
randomly Google searched indie movie where his wife is pregnant and they're trying to find a place to call home,
And it found it. Nice.
Oh my
and it
God.
found it because it knew what I was wanting. It's called Away We Go.
Dude, I was
Oh,
just going to
shit,
say Away We
yeah.
Go. John Krasinski.
Away We Go. Yep.
That's it. Okay. Damn.
That is
good.
that's
a
probably
good one.
Little Miss Sunshine and Away We Go are my two favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one. Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. That's a
Oh.
fucking good one.
Yeah, there's a lot of good road trip movies out there. It is an experience, so it's fun to create
We're the
a
Millers.
movie. Okay.
We're the Millers.
Yep.
That one's solid.
Are we there yet? Ice Cube.
I actually really like that one.
Yeah, that
Detroit Rock City. Dude, do you remember that movie?
fucking Detroit Rock
They
City.
go on a road trip to go see Kiss in the fucking 80s, man. That's such a shitty good movie.
Oh, I guess would Fanboys be considered a road trip movie?
Yeah, I would say.
I guess, yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. because they're going to go see. They're going to Skywalker Ranch. So
Wild Hogs.
Oh, dude, right there.
Wild Hogs.
Oh, we don't have it. It's over
No, no.
Spoiler, we're going to change these posters at some point soon. We have new posters. One of them is a Wild Hog poster.
Yeah. It's really fucking good. It's so good.
Are you going to grab your other beverage while you're up?
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, no, we have it a Wild Hogs.
Wait, so are we
poster.
just going to add it to this? Because like mine's almost done. Am I just going to end up just having a shot?
Yes. Yeah, just add a shot in. I mean, it's the end of the podcast anyway. Oh my God.
It's
I
so
love
beautiful.
the glass. You probably can't even put it in front of frame. All right.
The
You're at
best
the end. Yeah.
The best
okay.
thing is like me and Brandon are like the most consistent ones picture wise. It's the same picture.
It's my picture's changed a couple times. My
But
picture needs an update. My
But no,
hair
I'm
is
glad
so
because everyone
much longer.
This one. Don't you just love how fucking happy Nick
Dude,
is?
I want to see the original picture. Why was I so happy in that picture?
I don't know, but I just love it.
I wasn't willing
It
to
makes
edit
me
it in.
smile every time.
But we were talking about so much other stuff. You're gonna have to edit other stuff in. That's too good. But it makes. Oh, you didn't even get your other beverage. You said you were gonna get up and grab
Yeah,
another
then
beverage.
sat back down.
Rest in peace.
I mean, now it's after pod. That's fine.
Well, I also don't want to kill your camera. Your camera is starting to die.
But
here,
wait,
so.
real quick. Also, I guess really important when it comes to stops because me and Brandon have gotten very
Yes.
optimized.
All right, this is one thing.
Yeah,
I wanted to
true.
bring up more points. Stops along road trips are very important. I am a fan of minimalism at its best. Everything is an arterial roadway. You don't need to go to your collectors. You don't need to go to local roads. Playing a lot of city skylines. So you stay on your arterial roads and you go off to your target destinations. Like for me, when I go up north, I usually stop at the Bashes in Payson. That's when I get all my groceries. Halfway on my car drive, less time for my food to spoil, and I just go to the Safeway up there. So.
Like your bacon.
Like
For
my
breakfast,
bacon, yeah. You get ice in the cooler with your drinks that you're bringing up from home, and then you add more ice with all your food in the cooler at your halfway point. And that's for me because I'm usually going up to like a cabin.
Yeah,
but if you're on a
exactly.
Cali, you don't really have to get as much
no,
food.
no.
So
It's all about
how do you
keeping the
guys
beer cold.
optimize your stops on your major road trips?
When it comes to like snacks and stuff, I think we focus it's just like the initial drop or like the stop before we go. We might pick up something like if we just happen to see it, but usually I feel like the stops are more just gas or bathroom.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you guys? There's a couple bathroom stops along the way to California. Do you guys hit each of them up, or do you stop at?
We literally
You go by
have
'em.
gone with just one stop before.
Yeah, and that was our
Okay.
record.
That
5
was for
hours,
gassing.
45
What
minutes.
is your
Bingo.
what is for lunch gas and tow? What is your stop that you guys stop at? Like your normal one? I'm assuming you guys have one, right?
Yes.
What is that? It's what is it even called? Is it?
It's in Coachella.
Oh, it's on Coachella. You guys
Yeah,
okay?
stop.
You
It's
stop later
one
than I
gas
do.
station that it's like a truck stop one.
The Flying J one?
Well,
Is
it's
it the one that's on
where
the hill?
It's off the freeway and
I'll
it's off
find
to the left, and then like you see
Oh.
the trucks. It's the one that has. I don't even know how
It's
to
got a
explain
Carl
it.
Jr. attached.
I think so. Yeah, to the right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so you guys have a specific spot. My specific spot. Wow, my specific spot on the way to California from Phoenix is a Flying J. On the other, I think it's on the California
I
side.
know where it's at.
Yeah, it's got
I
the
know
Wendy's right there. That's where I
Yeah.
stop. It's a big enough. It has a roundabout entrance. Roundabouts are great for traffic. You go through perfect. You don't have to stop at lights. Your big trucks and small cars can be on the road at the same time. I did a lot of road trips in small cars. Big trucks are scary.
I love big
So that's
trucks.
why I kind of like stopping at the Flying J. There's enough time for us to pee, and I can make all the way to LA without any stops from that Flying J. So that's my stopping point. And you can grab a Frosty at the Wendy's too, because there's a Wendy's attached right there.
That is
And
nice.
fill up with gas. You're in California, so you're paying California taxes, but whatever. It's worth it. That's
So
my
Loves.
stop.
Loves. That's what it is.
Loves.
Loves is what you
I
guys
almost
stop
wanted
at?
to say Lee's. I'm like, I know that's wrong.
It's a Loves
It's-
with a Carl's Jr. attached as soon as you get into Coachella.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, literally the first stop.
It's boom. Yeah.
Okay.
That's been our like the most frequently stopped station.
On that road trip, I stopped in something that's probably a little bit further. It was right at the entrance of the Windmill Valley that the 10 has into LA. And it was just some random ass stop, but it was on the tour. It was a super windy day. So it was like the windmills were going super fast. And I tried to get as many photos as I could. If I can find one, I'll shoot it to you. Don't expect it for this edit. I don't know if I can find this photo, but I took a bunch of really cool photos of that valley. But I've stopped there a couple of times since then because that was a really cool spot. I'm like, God, this Windmill Valley is so pretty on the way into California. But yeah.
Speaking, I mentioned earlier So a lot of the time that we go to California, we end up driving up to Anaheim, and there's a few brewery spots, just like Bottled Logic, Brewery True. We go up to LA and we hit, I'm blanking. Monkish.
Oh yeah, Monkish. Yeah, that's
we
it.
hit Monkish. I'm a few deep. Fuck.
I know. We're also been going. This was an episode I was afraid we were going to hit an hour on.
Phantom Carriage.
We're now way
Phantom
over
Carriage.
an hour.
I want to go back there so bad. Yeah, Monkish and Phantom Carriage are like S tier.
Yeah.
Both between.
Okay.
I think Phantom Cage more for vibe. Beers are good, but the vibe.
Phantom Carriage is sick as fuck,
Yeah.
dude. So you go in. If you like horror movies at all, it's cool. You walk in, it's straight up like real dark in there, red lights, kind of black walls. They have horror movie props everywhere, barrel aged stuff everywhere. All of the stuff is like themed, and then they have like this room where you go in, and it's like a projector, and there's a bunch of like tables and couches and stuff, and they have on movies. Just like when we went in, they had like Evil Dead on.
Right, and you can rent out the space too, so then you can have like your own like event.
Yeah.
So then this way you have the brewery, so you have the like any of the like the bar food they have, the beers, and then also you can just play whatever horror movies you want to watch, and just it's great.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and they have like little games and stuff. So like
Oh,
we
yeah.
brought my nephew, and I was able to like get a brew, hang out with him, play like some sack, like toss
sack?
or like.
Well, they had the
whatever
one
fuck-
where it was you have the little ring on a string, and you kind of let go of it, and it like you catch it on the end. On
That's
like,
what it
another
is.
rod.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
catch the on like.
I
a
don't.
hook.
I'm sure it has a name. I just have no idea what it's called.
But yeah, they have just like a
Gosh.
couple little games in there. But it's like kind of creepy vibes. But I like it because I
Yeah.
like horror movies. So I mean, they have a lot of like old school Dracula,
like
like looking
the
kinda
Universal
shit.
And they have like a
Classics.
bunch of like
Yeah.
props and stuff on the walls too, like throughout, like in like that little theater room, but then also with the bar, like on the opposite wall, like they have stuff on the wall. Like it's they go all in on the theme.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool.
And then Brewery True does the beer slushies.
Nice.
Yeah,
And then Monkish just has the best IPAs.
the best IPAs
Holy
you ever had
crap.
in your life.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Do they have their stuff out here in cans at all, or is it just all in
No
Cali?
Monkish.
it's like Arizona Wilderness.
Okay,
where
there's
it's
a local
like
area.
The drops. There's lines around the building. You're lucky to get like the hype drops.
That's insane.
They do have like some beers that you can go in and get at like anytime, like Foggy Window. They have a lot of the time.
It's
They have,
their Pine Mountain or
yeah,
whatever.
their staple
Oh, like their
beers.
flagship.
Yeah.
Flagship, yeah. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
That'd be cool to go up and do an episode out there on all those things.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add on, or I think we're about to
Actually
call
do.
it for the? Oh, you got something else? All right, what you
One more
got?
thing.
That's why I want to talk.
How,
So
mu-
what you
how
got?
much? How much do you guys enjoy like the actual planning of it? Because I do.
The planning of it.
I like planning a
I'm
trip.
mixed.
On my own, no, but I think as either I guess with whoever I'm going with, yes. So like
Yeah.
discussing it with you, yeah. But I think on my own,
I get hype.
I think it's because I
I'm
don't
a
rely,
procrastinator
can't rely
of
on
the
myself.
plans.
Me too.
I'll put it off until like the day before.
Me and Anthony have to book a hotel tonight still.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. So it's stuff like that. Like
it's not too close. We got to August.
I do enjoy it, but I do have anxiety, and that does do a little bit of
Yeah.
funness to it.
I feel that.
So, but I feel like if I didn't have as much, like we're in the bare minimum of starting a big trip for possibly next year. We're thinking
Florida,
about
baby.
Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a big trip, and I am so excited to start planning that because we did one a couple years ago. For facts, we all went to Disney World in 2016, and it was a great experience.
fun as hell,
It was
dude.
fun as hell. We're going to be doing another one, and probably next year, and it's just going to be just as fun. And we're having
More
podcasts now, so we're going to
Yeah, we're
be
gonna make it more
do an
fun.
episode out there. We'll probably have a lot of fun, and the planning of that I am insanely excited about. And funny enough, it's going to be road trips. I'm probably going to be the one renting the car and driving it, just like we did last time. I am the driver. Yes. So it's going to be fun. And planning of road trips, in short term like that, like one's going up to the cabin, I'll wait until like the day before and I'll plan. But a long form road trip like this Disney trip we're just starting to talk about, those are fun as hell to plan.
Yeah, because
Like your guys' big trip, you guys are flying out then driving. I bet I envy how much fun you guys are going to have on this trip. That's why I'm like, I want to be kind of a part of it. Can I talk to you guys on Discord while you're recording the episode?
Dude, there's just so many fun spots right in our head.
Exactly.
Ohio
You guys are
State
gonna have a great trip up
Reformatory,
there.
Get to see some crazy shit there. Fort 50, Chicago. Try my first deep dish. Well, like actual deep dish.
Yeah.
With the planning, what part do you find is most fun? Because for me, I feel the most fun of planning is getting it's kind of doing all the individual parts, like getting the car, getting all that stuff. That's very monotonous.
That's not fun. It's the itinerary.
No, it's the itinerary. It's like, all right, I have 5 days. I've got the whole first part down. I'm getting there. I've got to Florida. Now I've got like 5 days to plan. That is the fun part.
You know what
it's
it
like,
is?
How many times do I want to spend in Epcot? How many times do I want to go to Universal? How much time do I want to do all this? Epcot's going to be 100% different when we go. Mm-hmm. So we're going to want to spend a full day there. Mm-hmm. So it is going to be insane.
It's a combo of Tetris and just imagination of visualizing yourself doing the trip.
And you have to visualize yourself like, all right, I want to do all this stuff, but am I getting too old for that? Do I have to slow down a little bit maybe?
Yeah.
Or is my change tastes? I've seen. Hey, shut up!
Never slow down.
But
It's always Saturday. Never slow down.
it's always Saturday. Well, slow
It's
down
always
is
Saturday.
It's never slow down for follower. But yeah, it's like the little visualization of the little bits. It's like that is fun as hell.
Yeah,
It's like Epcot and Hollywood are connected. Do I want to do them both on the same day? We'll figure it out.
much.
How drunk am I going to get Epcot on
Exactly.
alcoholic Dole Whip?
Like, at least for me,
Exactly.
I'm imagining the second I walk to a place, like, I'm just like, okay, so I'm doing this day. I'm hitting this ride or this brewery.
So
I'm doing
what's
this
funny enough
thing,
is the
and-
best part about planning a road trip is everything but the road trip itself.
Yeah. The actual vacation.
Which is funny because that's the perfect roundabout circle for this episode. Road trips are an event, but we deal with them. So we find them the best way. We put on music, we grab snacks, we create habits out
You
of
make
these
it
events.
fun because
Yeah.
it's
Because it is stressful to
Yeah.
get from one point A to point B. So you have fun with it.
Exactly.
You get some stress. You put on Move Along when you get to Coachella. That's what you do.
You make that road trip. It's fucking Saturday. Even if it is Thursday night at 9 p.m. You make it
Exactly. Stopping at a gas
don't
station
drink
at 2 a.m.
but you do make it fun. Please, Anthony,
Yeah.
don't drink
No,
a
I will
beer
never
before you
drink
drive
or
me
fall
to
And
asleep.
don't
California.
open bottle law. Don't do it.
Let's do this.
No, don't do it.
That's why we have the beers in the back ready to go for when we get to the hotel.
Exactly.
Always safe all the time.
But yeah, something I'd like to bring up is if you guys have any fun experiences, we would also love to hear them. If anyone is listening to this, we are still super young. We're new podcast. We're trying to get our feet, and I feel we're getting on our ropes. We're trying to find our stuff. It's pretty fun. We're really enjoying this. And if you are listening to enjoy this and you have any experiences, please email us. We will definitely read it at thesaturdayboys@gmail.com right now.
Or just tell us in the
Saturday
shop,
Boys
Jake.
Pod at Gmail?
We're selling the Saturday Boys pod shit. I
No,
tried
no,
to do it
not,
off the
not
top of my
pod
head.
shit. No.
Yeah, the Saturday Boys pod shit.
No, no.
No, this
SaturdayBoys@shit.com.
at shit.com. Yeah. But no, we honestly would love to hear anything because we're still new. We're having fun with this. And if you guys are having fun, we'd love to hear from any of
Episode
that.
suggestions, anything
Episode
like that, too.
suggestions, any fun experiences. If you've been listening, you know what we talk about. Games, music, movies, theme parks.
And
we love that. And more. More being random ass game consoles because we're nostalgic as fuck. What doesn't fuel wow. What doesn't nostalgia fuel in your
Doesn't
lives?
feel nostalgic.
No.
Nostalgic.
Oh, coin.
Oh, I don't like that.
I love it, actually.
Nostalgic.
You know what feels nostalgic to me? The Yu-Gi-Oh arm.
I need
So
to be.
let
you
this
need-
be the launching
need to be-
episode of the actual Saturday Boys. The first episode that gets popular makes fun of me. Oh God!
But I mean, it's not making
Give
fun.
this video a like, subscribe, comment, motherfucker.
Remember to like
I
and
just-
subscribe. This video tasted like a pizza.
Please give us a review. It really helps out on all of your podcast.
Right, like,
listening
comment, and
devices.
subscribe.
Oh my God!
But actually, on YouTube, do it.
Yeah, because
do
we
it.
are small enough, and we will definitely read whatever gets
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah.
It is that's what's fun about starting
Absolutely.
out something new. Is you definitely it's a time for you to set your tone.
And it's more,
and-
it's more personal.
Yeah,
I'd like
we
to create
love
a PO
road
box
trips.
or something at some point
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make it even more
Eventually.
personal. Yeah,
It'd
So
be
it could be
fun.
like an unboxing thing. We can have like a whole thing with
Yeah.
just that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Everything's
thanks for
covered.
listening, bro.
Yeah, I know. Super shout outs. Biggest fan.
Biggest shout out, dude.
He's honorary Saturday boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every day is a Saturday.
It is.
Thanks everyone for listening, and you can find me I'm still at Nick Benz 9001. I'll
We'll
be
never
that
change
forever. Let's put it.
Never
Let's put it
change
that
it.
way. I'll never change it. Brandon, you're at Pickle Brandon. Anthony, you're at Concise Koala.
Yes.
And
John's Pilot Owl.
John's
He-
Pilot Owl, Mr. Wisdom Tooth. Wisdom
Yeah,
teeth
I
are
know.
hell. I do not wish to be
yeah, I
him.
spat out blood for a week. so
Oh
I respect
God.
it.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening, and enjoy your Saturday.